We have an update on those cheeky White Rabbit teasers in WWE. Elsewhere, there have been changes to AEW's rankings system, and could there be WrestleMania 39 plans for a WWE Hall of Famer? We'll take a look at all of that in this video. Yes, hello everybody, Jack and Fraser here. First of all, we're going to talk about the White Rabbit. What's going on?
It's a very juicy story, Jack. This has been kind of the topic of conversation in the office.
It absolutely has. Check out our video, which went up yesterday if you want, which was you, Ross, and Pacitti.
Mr. Pacitti, yeah.
All talking about what could it mean?
Yeah, we looked at every sort of Easter egg and sort of hidden little detail that you might have missed. There's so many little things, and you can watch it and discuss it all there. We've got some news, more updates.
Well, Fightful Select have indeed got an update saying so far no talent or on-screen staff that we've heard back from, we being Fightful Select, have been informed of what exactly the White Rabbit references are about, though almost unanimous reaction is the speculation that it is related to Bray Wyatt. Yeah. Fightful had recently reported that higher-ups in the company believed the possibility of Wyatt returning was significantly higher under the new regime, because Triple H has made no secret of his penchant for bringing people back.
He likes to bring people back. We've seen so many people come back in the past 2 months.
And also, apparently, WWE sources have also confirmed that contact has been made with Wyatt, and there were numerous people of influence who had interest in bringing him back and believed it was going to happen. But so far, Fightful have been unable to confirm that Wyatt is back with WWE, but numerous people in the company expect it sooner rather than later, or say it's just a matter of time.
It definitely is a matter of time in my perspective. It feels very much like he was one of those names that should never really have been let go. Yes. He was always one of the most entertaining. He was always someone who was so creative that no matter what you did, even if you didn't like it, you kind of had to respect that he was doing something so unique. I wouldn't be a surprise if Triple H brings him back, and this would be the perfect way to do it. As I said in the video, we go into everything about it, but there's so many little things that it's like makes you wonder what character he could be doing. It's exciting times though. Like this, we don't see a teaser like this often.
Well, one of those little things was an hourglass, which Fightful have had some thought on, Fraser, I believe.
They did. So they said the hourglass element of the teasers have led to some to think it was maybe Killer Cross or Karrion Kross as him being involved. He had a character in Lucha Underground, White Rabbit. One staff member says they wouldn't have found that to be disappointing for the reintroduction of Cross, but doesn't think the company, specifically this new creative regime, would implement that for someone who's been back for almost 2 months. Another top star said that paying off a tease like this is something integral in setting the tone for shows moving forward.
And I get what they mean. On the news yesterday, Ross said to me, I think that you've cracked it, because I suggested and I don't know if you also mentioned this maybe on your video yesterday, but could the hourglass be in fact an actual reference to Karrion Kross, but it's just that he is the first target maybe for Bray Wyatt?
I think there's a really good chance. So I think, you might have cracked it there. For me, Bray needs to be put into, if it is him, put in a spotlight at the top of the card immediately, and Karrion Kross or Drew McIntyre would be a good way to go for it. Roman Reigns, obviously, but he's kind of not on TV as much as possible. Yeah. So it would be strange to put him straight into that. But Karrion Kross versus Bray Wyatt,
I think it'd be good.
Character-wise, the promos, please.
I think it'd be sweet. And also, Karrion Kross is a heel, and whether he was a heel or a face coming back, Bray Wyatt would get cheered.
Oh, absolutely. Have you seen the reaction to just the music in the audience?
I know. Well, it's very exciting times. Now we're crossing the divide over to AEW, because Dave Meltzer was talking yesterday about the AEW ranking system, the very divisive ranking system, I think it's fair to say, because at first we were all like, yes, it's sports-based, it's going to be more like MMA, but the presentation of AEW I don't think really lines up with that. Even at its best, AEW is a pro wrestling. It's all about drama and storyline, which is great. But I don't know if the rankings mesh that well with that. Yeah,
it's also weird in the sense that there's teams like FTR who's been at the top of the tag team ranking for 5 months now, not getting a title opportunity.
The Bucks are ducking them. I know they're not the champions, but the Bucks have been ducking them.
They have been. But if you've got the rankings, they either need to stick to it or cut them off.
Well, this new update could be more in line with that. Meltzer said the AEW rankings aren't dead, but have been toned down. There was a decision to not emphasize them as much on television, but they can always go back to doing so if they want to.
And I think that's a smart call. Slowly de-emphasizing them makes sense, especially when you've got when you've had a couple of people be suspended and have been, the title stripped off them, they're kind of in a position where those were the top of the rankings.
Yeah.
They need to sort of rejig them and come up with something fresh. This allows for fresher matchups.
I would agree as well. I think the rankings sometimes have almost been, well, not almost, they have been an obstacle that they've had to kind of work around to get to certain matches.
Yeah. And we saw that with Adam Cole getting so many wins in a ridiculous amount of time to just make sure that he was the number one contender.
Yeah.
It's just give him the
or if they want to build up a contender, they say suddenly like they're 40-0, but it's all on dark and dark elevation, and you think, oh, fair enough. Elsewhere, Triple H did that interview with The Ringer recently where they broke the news that Survivor Series was going to be a War Games event. It was going to have War Games involved. But also another aspect of that interview, which kind of got overshadowed a little bit maybe by the War Games news, was Triple H's thoughts on whether or not he'd be reintroducing blading to WWE, getting colour.
Oh yeah,
as they say in the
crimson
business.
mask, as JR would call it.
HT Drake once told me that the insider term is getting sliced, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And he went, "No, I'm just messing with you."
I was going to say that's not very insider.
No, it's not.
Are you going to get sliced tonight?
Yeah, he said that, and I went, "Really?" And he went, "No." I was like, "Okay."
I mean,
it was a rib.
You got ribbed.
It was a harmless rib, but it was a rib nonetheless.
Slicing. Well, Triple H has actually said the world has changed and the world has evolved. I don't think it's necessary. So no slicing in WWE. He says, "I'm just of the opinion right now, given the state of the world and the pandemic, and at the end of the day, what we do is dangerous enough without intentionally making it more dangerous. Yes, we did feature bleeding for a long period of time, but we've changed that practice and it's irresponsible to go back."
Now, I understand what Triple H is saying, and he's got a point there, but also I think it just benefits them not to do it for TV reasons.
Yeah, TV reasons.
He wasn't just going to say that. It's quite a soulless answer.
Marketing and being like adverts. The advertisers don't want to work with us if we feature lots of bleeding. But also, I can almost hear Cody Rhodes being like, "Well, can we just make an accept? Can I go back?"
And to be fair, even when they've recently not deliberately introduced blood, there has been the odd exception now and then at like a WrestleMania. Lesnar, I remember bleeding loads. Reigns has bled quite a lot. Otherwise, it's usually just been accidental.
Yeah, but also if having like non-intentional bleeding, when it does happen in like an instance, it makes it more shocking. It does. Obviously, being real when someone bleeds now, it does give it that sense of like anything can happen. Oh, this is a really brutal fight that we're watching rather than just a match. We don't want to see. I'm indifferent on it. I don't really think it's blood.
I think it adds to the drama of the pro wrestling pageantry.
I think it does. Like I'll go back to Cody Rhodes, but that shot of him and Dustin, Double or Nothing, wouldn't be as impactful without the blood.
Right.
However, it's not needed for every single match.
I think I agree. It's best when it's used sparingly.
Absolutely,
but here Triple H seems to be implying that there won't be any as long as they can help it. But we'll have to wait and see if that is true. I can still see them occasionally maybe doing it on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I can see a pay-per-view. Something, again, more blood feuds, sort of like Riddle versus Seth Rollins, that right now is one that springs to mind.
The Fight Pit.
If that doesn't result in some blood.
Oh, I don't know if it will. Maybe.
Extreme Rules. Certain things there need some blood.
Possibly. And finally, I mentioned WrestleMania before, looking ahead to WrestleMania 39. In a recent appearance doing like a YouTube interview with the Racing Show, that's WRASSINGH, Kurt Angle was on that show and claimed to have been spoken to about a possible role at WrestleMania 39. He stressed that it would be in a non-wrestling capacity, obviously, and that it's just an idea at the moment. He said there's nothing really concrete at the minute, but he has been reached out to with a view to possibly doing something.
It'd be exciting to see Kurt Angle back. It's always great to see him back and doing stuff. I was a big fan of his. It's a shame that his last run ended the way it did. Sort of
Baron Corbin being.
I mean, I'm a big Baron Corbin fan.
Oh yeah,
we all are. Everyone loves a bit of Happy Corbin, but it was just sort of like his run felt a bit anticlimactic.
It did.
And having him come back for little guest spots, WrestleMania 39 would be a great little appearance from him.
It would, and I like when retirements mean something in terms of, like, everyone was speculating, for example, that it would be John Cena to bring that to a close.
Yeah.
That, Angle was arguably the one who launched Cena's rise up the card with the whole ruthless aggression promo. But at the same time, Corbin, as much as we all love him, he's got all the banter.
It's big bands.
But he didn't really have much to do with Kurt Angle beyond that one feud.
Yeah, because he was the commissioner while Kurt Angle was the GM, right?
Right, but
yeah, it felt weird.
I remember everybody in the run-up predicting stuff like, I don't think any of us, when we did our WrestleMania predictions that year, predicted that Corbin would actually win. We were all like, Angle will win, and then Cena will come out and beat him. But no, Cena was there. I think it was when he was there doing the Doctor of Thugonomics.
He did the thing with Elias, yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting. I wonder how Kurt Angle will be used this year at WrestleMania. I guess you'll have just I could see him being the host.
Yeah,
the host of WrestleMania, that'd be good fun.
Yeah. He could do something with Gable, maybe.
Yeah, Chad Gable,
yes.
Yeah, him and doing a shoe off.
Doing a shoe off would be fantastic.
I think please book it, Triple H.
I feel like Triple H might have a higher view of Angle in terms of he might actually get him involved somewhere higher up the card. Maybe, I don't know.
Special guest referee.
Maybe
somewhere. It's exciting. I'm excited for WrestleMania 39. It's our first WrestleMania with Triple H in charge.
Yes.
The world is his oyster.
Yes.
The WWE universe is his oyster.
The galaxy, the solar system is his oyster. Well, thank you very much for watching this news video. Do leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And check back later on today when we'll have another news video up for you on this very channel as well. Thanks once again, and we'll see you very soon. Lovely. Go. Ow, kick the thing.
Oh, no.
You can keep that in if you want. It's fine.